Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the next edition of Vinny's Take. Well, the college football season has ended, and the LSU Tigers are the national champions. The LSU Tigers are the national champions, and Joe Burrow had a game for the ages. Trevor Lawrence experiences his first loss in college football, but don't be worried, he will be back. But what I want to talk about specifically is what's been trending after the game about complaints. Here on the East Coast, the game kicked off after 8:30, and because of the way college football and their timing goes, the game did not end until after midnight. Now, in California, the game was over by 9 o'clock, but where do the majority of your ratings come from? Television is usually geared toward the East Coast, and college football, a national championship game, should not be played on a Monday night. It should be played with an 8 o'clock kickoff on Saturday night. The Super Bowl starts at 6:30, and it is the most watched sporting event in the world, which means it's kicking off at 6:30 on the East Coast, 3:30 on the West Coast, and it's been that way for 30 years. And the ratings are phenomenal. College football going for the prime time ratings is getting too far deep into prime time. People that are watching the game, especially if you factor in the fans of the Clemson Tigers being on the East Coast themselves, have to work the next day. And if you're going to use a banging or a sick day for the day after the Super Bowl and for March Madness Thursday, Friday, college football hasn't earned that spot yet. So my suggestion to you, if you're going to leave it on Monday night, have the game kick off by 8 o'clock. Do all the pomp and circumstance with the national anthem and everything from 7 to 8, and then kick the game off at 8 o'clock. I don't really, honestly, I said it should be on a Saturday night, but I don't have a problem with it being on Monday because they're going for the Monday Night Football idea, and the National College Basketball Championships on a Monday, so I'm actually fine with it being on Monday, but not 8:30, 9 o'clock. Have it at 8 o'clock. That extra half an hour. The other thing that really needs to do is work on the timing. In the NFL, clock does not stop on a first down. In college football, it stops on a first down and is respotted. In the NFL, the clock continues to move. College needs to work more toward that. Less breaks, more moving clock. Also, the other thing, and this isn't going to be anything to do with the rules committee, but defenses need to get better because every time there's a score, the clock stops. So play better defense, I guess is what I'm saying. Next, I want to talk about what's happened on Twitter today after the national championship, and that is President Trump was at the game and received tremendous standing ovation when he and the First Lady Melania walked out onto the field for the national anthem. Unlike what happened in Washington, at the Army-Navy game, and now the college football championship, President Trump has received tremendous applause and cheers. The Washington Nationals game, the media went nuts. I know one person on my friends list who shared like 35 different stories about how Trump was getting booed, and she was so happy to death about it. Haven't seen a single story today about him getting cheered. Are we really to that point where it matters that much whether the president gets booed or cheered? People are he lives in their head so much that they celebrate him getting booed at a sporting event. That's really useless. It really does not matter in the grand scheme of things that he gets booed or cheered. Because those, 35,000 sitting at Nationals Park for the World Series aren't going to decide the election. Neither are the 80,000 that were in the Superdome last night for the LSU Clemson game. You want to see a true test of what kind of election you got coming? All you got to do is look at his rallies. And no, they're not paid actors. At his rallies, they are standing room only. And meanwhile, we see some of the same pictures from town halls and rallies from the Democratic candidates. They're not getting that. Now, maybe when they get their nominee, maybe all the Democrats will come together and they'll be selling out stadiums too. Maybe. We'll see. Lastly, Vince Vaughn, star of such movies like Fred Claus and Old School and The Breakup. Very good comedic actor, was seen sitting and talking with the president and shook his hand. About a 30-minute conversation. But oh my God, the whole world is blowing up over it. They want to cancel Vince Vaughn. That's our cancel culture. They find out somebody is friendly with the president and they want to cancel him. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. First of all, I don't remember in the last 10, 15 years hearing anything out of politics from Vince Vaughn. So he's one of the celebrities that doesn't want you to be talking about his politics. Or it could just be that maybe he is conservative and that's why he doesn't want to be alienated like he was yesterday. Now I haven't heard or seen any tweets that he sent out today, but really doesn't matter. People believe everything they see or hear on TV, their favorite news channel, whether it's CNN, MSNBC, or Fox News, they are going to only believe what they want to believe. So for the anti-Trumpers out there, it doesn't matter what anybody says or does for him, the economy, unemployment rate, nothing. They're going to hate him no matter what he does. They're going to hate him, and they're going to hate anybody who talks to him. So just get over yourself. Stop putting your own ideas and opinions above somebody else's. What does it matter who Vince Vaughn votes for or talks to? It doesn't. It doesn't matter. I may not agree with the politics of somebody like Robert De Niro, but I still watch his movies. Because there are people working on his movies, whether they're actors or sound grips or technicians, that don't think the way he does. So those are my thoughts on the national championship. I do believe that Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence will meet again in the NFL. And I just hope that it's just such a big a stage as last night was, because those two kids are good quarterbacks. Now, Joe Burrow was getting a little cocky at the end there, but hell, you just won a national championship. I don't know what that feels like, do you? So, who knows? Maybe he'll come into Cincinnati and be humble. He's from Athens, Ohio, so this might be the dream job for him. Who knows? It said he wears number 9 for Drew Brees. But there is one last thing before I leave about a meme I saw regarding number 9 in Louisiana. Because it talked about how Joe Burrow and Drew Brees are two of the great number 9s. But you forget that Bobby Boucher wore it first. Bobby Boucher, down in Louisiana, wore it first. And remember that. He made number 9 a legend. So until next time, I'm Vinny Vincent, and God bless America.